Liverpool make history tonight. Arne Slot has won his first 8 out of 9 games. Only one slip up against Nottingham Forest. They're winning games. They're keeping clean sheets. They're in the top 5 of the Champions League. The organisation in this side. I love the fact that Arne Slot has a completely different tactical approach than what we've seen under Jurgen Klopp. And they win again tonight against another Italian side. Another clean sheet. There's so many things about this Liverpool side that it's just impressive. The defensive shape, how strong that midfield balance is with McAllister and Gravenberch, and how many different players they can rotate in their forward line. They've got Chiesa, Jota, Nunez, Salah, Diaz. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But make sure you get down, smash that like button if you haven't already. The road to 30,000 subscribers is well and truly on. We're less than 500 now of 27,000. And look, Liverpool tonight, I don't think it was their best win, but they've made it 2 wins in the Champions League after defeating Bologna 2-0. Goals from McAllister and Salah. And he's become the first Liverpool manager to win 8 out of his first 9 matches. And let's be honest, that game against Nottingham Forest was a bit of a freak result. It was a blip. You know, on another day, Liverpool beat them 2 or 3-0. But you are going to get those games as a gaffer. It just happens, you know. I thought Liverpool tonight were good, to be fair. I'll give them credit. I thought they were good. Not their best performance. The lineup is becoming a familiar sort of thing with Arne Slot. He loves that double pivot. The back 4 tonight, a lot of yellow cards. The referee's giving out more cards than Clinton's. Konate's yellow card was absolutely ridiculous. Bit of shoving in and around before a corner was taken. Yeah, if that's a yellow card, then there's yellow cards every single game, but they're just clearly not giving us cards. Back 4, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson. The double pivot that picks itself every single game. Gravenberch and McAllister. Another very good display from Gravenberch. What a player he's turned out to be in a Liverpool shirt. Salah, Szoboszlai, Diaz and Nunez. Of course, no Diego Jota. And you look at the bench options they've got. Gakpo, Jota, Curtis Jones, Tsimikas, Connor Bradley. I don't know if he's injured, but I'm surprised we haven't seen much of Chiesa. Now, like I said, that could be an injury. That could be lack of fitness. I don't know if he's registered in their Champions League squad, but he is a very, very good player. We know that. We've seen him in and around the Euros. We've seen him in his Juventus shirt. Now, he was on the bench against Wolves at the weekend when they won 2-0 at Molineux. So I just thought that's interesting. Maybe they're saving him for the weekend. They've got a game only in a couple of days' time against Crystal Palace. They've got a very good record there as well. But this Liverpool side, they're resilient. They're so organised. I think as much as I give praise about Gabriel and Saliba, we need to also start speaking about Konate and Van Dijk. Because that centre-back pairing is very, very good. You've got Konate, who's an absolute beast. This guy's a monster. And you've got the Rolls Royce in Virgil van Dijk. El Capitan. Or I think that's it. That's not El Capitan. I think that's the pronunciation. I've probably butchered that. They go 1-0 up. Mohamed Salah with the assist. Lovely ball in to McAllister. And Liverpool make it 1-0. I don't want to say it was a cagey first half, but Bologna definitely had some chances. And they've got some techie players in there. You know, McAllister bagged his first Champions League goal to send Liverpool 1-0 up. He timed his run perfectly into the box. And the weight of pass, the cross from Mohamed Salah is absolutely inch perfect. They probably should have been 2-0 up 5-10 minutes later. Liverpool were very close to finding a second goal from Salah. Bologna hit the woodwork in the first half. And they've got some techie players. Like, I was very impressed with their display because I thought they'd go out there tonight. And I thought Liverpool would score 3 or 4. But fair play to Bologna. They haven't had the best of starts in the league. They've lost to Napoli. They've drawn something like their first. They draw to Shakhtar Donetsk. I think they've drawn 3 games, maybe 4 games in Serie A. They maybe don't have the firepower as other teams, but they're definitely not the worst side by any stretch of the imagination. And they showed that tonight. Half time, you know, I thought Liverpool would make 3, 4, 5 changes. obviously looking at that Crystal Palace game, they are currently top of the Premier League. They're in the top 5 of the Champions League. There wasn't any changes until around the hour mark. Jota come on for Nunes. And then kind of Liverpool just essentially managed the game out. They made it 2-0. That man, again, Mohamed Salah, cuts in on the right. First look, plays his teammate through. Trent Alexander-Arnold plays it back. And then Mohamed Salah, or it might be Szoboszlai played it back. I think it was Szoboszlai, actually, not Trent. Plays it back. And it's 2-0 Liverpool. And ever since then, I was like, that game's absolutely game over. There's no way Liverpool are going to throw away that lead. And if you look at their results since the start of the season, battered Man United at Old Trafford, beat Ipswich away, beat Brentford at home, beat Milan away, beat Bournemouth at home, spanked West Ham in the Cup, beat Wolves away, and now they have just beaten Bologna. And this is where, Liverpool have had a very, very, very strong start. And I've been very impressed with their approach to games. They didn't have more possession than Bologna tonight, but they're happy. Sorry, they did have more possession, but it's a very even game in terms of shots, and Bologna put up a fair battle. I was actually relatively impressed tonight with their performance. Passes pretty much even, possession pretty much even. Bologna had a lot of shots at goal. They hit the woodwork in the first half. Alisson made an absolutely ridiculous save as well in that game. What a goalkeeper he is. We need to start putting him in there in top 3, top 5 in Premier League history, because that guy is genuinely phenomenal. He is absolutely phenomenal. And Liverpool have kept clean sheets in 3 of their last 4 games in the Champions League. Mohamed Salah, I believe I read on Twitter, is the 3rd player to score in 5 consecutive Champions League games, which is very, very good for Liverpool. But I want to talk about their games they've got coming up, because I spoke about Chelsea on this the other day, speaking about how well they're doing on the Enzo Maresca. Speaking of Chelsea, they actually play Liverpool in a couple of weeks. But these next 8 games, absolutely huge for Liverpool. Crystal Palace, I think they'll win. They'll go into that Chelsea game as favourites. Leipzig away, Arsenal away, Brighton away, Brighton in the league, Leverkusen at home, and Aston Villa at home. And Aston Villa tonight have just beaten Bayern Munich. John Duran, that guy is genuinely unbelievable. And maybe we need to start speaking about Villa on here, because I was very impressed with their performance tonight. But looking at these 8 games, I think they beat Leipzig. There's only 3 days in between their Brighton fixture. And there's only 3 days in between Brighton and Leverkusen. And there's only 4 days in between Leverkusen and Villa. So there's a heavy rotation coming up period for Liverpool. I think they beat both the Brighton games, Palace, Leipzig. I think they beat Leverkusen. Do you know what? I think they've got Madrid soon. I even think they're going to beat Madrid. The only game in this run, which I think where we're going to see them tested, really tested, is that Chelsea game, because Cole Palmer at the moment is one of the best players in the world. I think they'll beat Madrid, I'm going to be honest. I don't think they're going to lose any of these games coming up. That Arsenal one, probably the only one, because they're going to have to heavily rotate between Van Dijk and Konate. If they play 3 games in 7 days, 4 games in 9, 10 days, whatever it is. But they even got City down there and Newcastle. Oh, my word. Fantastic start to the season for Liverpool, winning 8 of their first 9 games. They look brilliant tactically. They've got such a strong defence. They're scoring goals collectively as a team. McAllister on the score sheet tonight. Gravenberch looks like a new signing for them. He is absolutely phenomenal. Everyone was talking about, bringing the likes of Martin Zubimendi, but this guy is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Genuinely, I believe as of right now, Liverpool are in a very strong position to go and win multiple honours, but I do believe they need to strengthen in and around that January transfer window. If they add Zubimendi, you could play McAllister in the 10, drop Szoboszlai to the bench, and have Gravenberch in a double pivot with Martin Zubimendi, and Gravenberch could be probably the 8 with a lone 6. What a team that would be. But they're making history. This Liverpool side are absolutely ridiculous. They've won 8 of their first 9 games. They look better. what we've seen at the moment, they look more that they're systematically they look stronger than after when it was Jurgen Klopp. Like I said, it was an end-to-end basketball match. This way, that way, this way, that way. This Liverpool side reminds me of the Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Fabinho midfield. Energy, holding possession, quality in there, running games, and that's what they've got in Gravenberch is like Wijnaldum reborn. That is exactly what he's like. The guy looks very, very, very good. I must say. Let me know your thoughts down below. What did you make? Don't ever doubt Mohamed Salah. That guy, I'm running out of words to describe that guy. He's absolutely ridiculous. It is flipping nuts. Absolutely ridiculous. One of the best wide players I have ever seen. Left foot, just like a wand. And how good has he been for Liverpool? He's the third player to score in 5 Champions League games. Champions League home games. I think it's Thierry Henry and Ruud van Nistelrooy. Obviously at Arsenal, and Ruud van Nistelrooy at Man United is the other 2 players. But let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you get down, smash that like button. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. Tomorrow, we'll be giving out match reactions to the Chelsea versus Ghent game. And, of course, Tottenham versus Fenerbahce in the Europa League. But I just want to bring up the Champions League table because Liverpool and Aston Villa are doing the Premier League proud. And they are currently 5th and 6th in the opening 2 games of the Champions League. A fantastic start, genuinely. Villa doing bits. They haven't conceded a goal yet. They beat Young Boys and they beat Bayern Munich. City in the top 8. I think Arsenal have dropped down to 13th. But Liverpool at the moment in the top 5. Look up Dortmund's goal difference. Oh, my word. But look, we are going to wrap up. Make sure you get down, drop a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching.